That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What's up, nerds? I'm the Blue Titan, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Let's Play the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe video game playthrough series. Oh god, that's a mouthful. Well, anyway, I am ready to get back into this game because every single time it makes me laugh and a number of other emotional roller coasters. But if you weren't here for the last episode, as a quick synopsis though, the last time we were here, we set off some nukes, got super confused by resetting the game more times than I can remember, and had a whole weird reflection period where we read a bunch of Steam reviews about this game from 10 years ago while playing the game. If that's not meta for you, I don't know what is. So I'm kind of excited to see what the game has in store for us this time, because honestly, every single time the game surprises the heck out of me. But anyway, we're not going to spend a lot of time talking. We're just going to get into it. So here we go. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, Part 3. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. We are going to skip the intro this time, though. If you've never seen the intro, you can go and watch that.
This is the story of...
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm going to click all of these. I am convinced that there has to be a reason that I'm able to shut those off. There just has to be, right? Like, there's no reason why they could possibly be doing that. Just having random computers be on like that, it's got to be some kind of an interactive thing you can do. Yeah, like, there's a bunch of those. Awaiting input. This appears sometimes, but I still haven't figured out why. And remember, last time we were on here, there was a second one. Which makes me wonder if it's reset now. Is it based on one continuous or contiguous playthrough? Like, am I allowed to shut the game off? Because this input was a 2 at one point in one of our videos, so it makes me wonder if, like, I have to play and continuously look for those until I get all of them. I don't know. See here, yeah, I feel like these are there like every single time. I just didn't notice it before. New content. This is so ridiculous. The first time it was like peeking at me, and then this time it's like, hey, idiot. In case you didn't see it the first time. I wonder if that's why they did it. Because there is, I mean, if you've played the game a lot, you may very well just have passed by the words and not seen it the first time. So putting a big old neon sign in there and darkening the hallway actually is a way of doing it. And then making a sound as you walk by the neon sign that makes you hear it too, for sure. But I'm gonna go do other things so first.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, sir, we are gonna go left. I want to try to hit that one. I'm so convinced there's got to be a reason, right? What's that cup said? What's that cup say? Number 1 dad. You know what? You guys notice that? Listen. And this one. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a different sound to the door. The only reason I was saying this is because we know that that door opens. Because if we take the right path and take a detour and then hang a left when he tells you to get back on track, this is the door that it goes through. So for a second, I was thinking that perhaps this had a different sound because it was actually...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I just got goosebumps for a second. I don't remember that slide. Everyone is you. Has that slide always been there? The one that says everyone is unique? Okay. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. You guys. Oh, that's funny. And it's increasing in speed. Please no more charts. The boss appreciation minute. On our boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love about your boss. Fill out a triplicate and return to the boss appreciation specialist. Now, this is such a funny If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? Remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight. There's so many of these. I love this too. Synergize, core values, expenditures. I love the fact that it's calling out the word synergize because that was like the buzzword for the last 10 years. Synergy. Synergy. People used it for everything. And then it kind of gave way to big data. There's so many words like that. Just get overused. I love the broom closet ending. What a ridiculous.
Coming to a staircase,
We're not going to go
Stanley
downstairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Unless there's some other development that tells us one of these doors open, we know that this ending leads to the hallway with the vehicle from now on, right? Like the trippy, like floaty ending or whatever. We don't need to go down that way anymore. I think that ending or that route is exhausted for endings. I am so curious about this ending, or if this is just only this funny little, because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. It's funny, actually. I think this might be just a dead end, like literally just a dead end. Our best friend, the elevator music. This one's not on this time. I gotta remember to look at this computer and see if this one's ever on.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I wonder if there's anything. Never really given enough attention to his like
Feeling
death.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I try to go back out the door and see if he lets you do it. We never tried that. Okay. It's interesting because when we reset the game, right? Anytime we shut the game off and turn it back on, it seems like these like quicker things that you're going through a section and he truncates and makes it faster. Those things are cut off. I didn't know that's how it worked. Because now he's reset his dialogue. In the past, right, we played through multiple times and then he was going faster and faster and he was allowing you to skip past certain things. And it got to the point where he was just like, oh, all right, go ahead and skip to the end. You know?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Called a
This
midlife
question
crisis.
would not go unanswered for long.
Or heartburn. I mean, they're both just as bad for you. All right, so like we said...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Not this time. Not this time. We're gonna go down the escape route.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, I don't believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes, I am.
And willingly confront his death.
Oh, yeah. The end of the line. End of the line. We're going down the hole. The end is never the end, is never the end of the line. Oh, that's what this one ending was. I forgot. That's right.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
Like you say, insulting me.
Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
He's literally just
Perhaps
insulting
his death
me.
was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Right before I die, he's
So
gonna
he
make fun of me.
resigned and willingly
He's
accepted this
passive-aggressive.
violent end to his brief and shallow life.
I'm here to
Farewell,
die.
Stanley.
All right, let's go. Kill me.
Farewell, Stanley. cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Big meaty
In a single
claws.
visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or did he? Yeah, this is that ending. That's right.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's either philosophically deep or rather shallow, and I can't really decide, honestly. So we were in this ending before, but then we left it a little early. And the reason I did that was because I didn't want to have any ending spoiler, because it was obvious after going through this that this has a lot of information on the endings, or it has some of them. So I'm going to go and see if we find any of these now. These are the buttons! These are those buttons! Selection of the sounds throughout the game and buttons pressed. Yeah, these are those computers. But we went this way last time, and over here we saw, like, I don't remember what was in this section. Oh, yes I do. To the right is the narrator's cut lines, right?
The number 9. Stanley pushed the orange lever. Then he pushed the number 8. Nothing there? Shoot. Well, try the other one then. And finally, he pushed the number 6. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. Then he pushed the number 4. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Stanley walked over the bridge. Stanley pushed the big red button.
So funny. That's so funny. I love how meta this game is. It's wild. And this kind of came out at a time when games weren't really meta like that. Some games do that kind of stuff, or like, you know, more irreverent than a lot of other games, but this game is pretty unique about that. It's not exactly... What I mean by that is, like, at the time when this game came out, it was kind of a new idea. What is this? Was this here last time? The countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Oh, I see. Sure. The countdown ending is the one that we just did, right? The one with the nukes in the previous video. The freedom ending. This is the first ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Yeah, so this is the ending we did, the very first ending we did, where we followed exactly what the narrator did down to the wire, right? And we took the blue pill, and took the blue pill, and took the blue pill, and took the blue pill, until we arrived at exactly where the narrator wanted us to be, which is asleep and in bliss. All right, countdown room, an early version of the countdown room. Huh. Sure, yeah, kind of has the same feel to it. It still kind of retains, the current version still kind of retains that circular center, but it's less of a Pac-Man shape and more of like a cross shape, because there's like a bridge that goes across it, and there's like a set of stairs that goes under it. I remember. What is this? Oh, this is the elevator, right, that we just took earlier. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above the countdown below. Oh, I see. Okay. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. That's cool. So they took like player feedback and realized there wasn't any obvious reason why up or down would lead to, like, you know, I mean, other than maybe connotations of like heaven and hell, would like up or down would lead to either ending. It's interesting that's a game decision that they made, because they wanted to make it so they were like the same direction. And it's funny too, because the other elevator, the dancing elevator, or the one, you know, one with some random elevator music, that one actually just doesn't have an ending at all. It's just kind of a thing. What is this? We didn't come in here before. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Options return. Escape menu. For a time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. We had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. That's cool. I wonder how many. There's probably. This game either has, you know, only like 5 or 6 more endings that I know about, and like, you know, I don't know about them, but what I'm saying is it's only going to have like 5 or 6 different endings that the average person that's played the game has known about, and then that's it, and they're still clever or good, or there's probably like a lot of hidden ones. This game seems like the kind of game that would have a bunch of hidden endings. And if it does, what a legend, like, if it does, this game's legend, that would be legendary. Zending? This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. This reminds me of Halo 1, like the multiplayer maps. If you know which map I'm talking about in Halo 1, I forget its name, but it's commonly used in like MLG games and stuff. I can't remember the map, but I know what it looks like in my head. Yeah, that's fine. What is this? A button? Another button? Just some kind of a weird room. I don't recognize this room. What is this? Zending model. Oh, it's this. Sure, I got it. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of that ending, and though we thought it was complete, we decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. It's cool. Zending levers, okay. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The players would pull a lever and the narrator would describe the color that they had pulled. It's just fucking trolling people. Alright. What is this? Say Stanley Parable? It does say Stanley Parable. What is this? Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of this game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. I'm going to have to go back and watch those. I have to figure out a way of watching them and recording my reaction to them, or maybe, I don't know, if that's something you guys would want to even see, but this is cool. Like watching old war videos or something, I don't know. Or like being in a museum. This literally feels like, I mean, that's what this is a museum, but it's... What an interesting decision to, like, immortalize the game's development within the game. Another layer of meta. It's super neat. Just really cool. Something just... Something's moving. That creeped me out. Let me go in here first because I don't like it. Oh, a timer? The apartment timer. So I'm gonna ring at 0? Oh, okay. Oh, restart. The apartment timer. Oh, that's what I heard earlier. In a previous version of the choice leading you to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Okay. The cargo lift. Cargo lift was intended to offer the choice of staying on the jumping in a different path. However, after an early version, we also wanted the option for the player to fall to their death. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about. Cargo lift. I don't know what this is all about. Other endings of some kind, it looks like. Don't know if they're in the game or not. All right, here we go. 1 option, 2 options. Oh, hey, this is the first real choice, right? It's the first choice when you walk into the main room. What, like, this is the 2 doors are on the bottom, where it says the first choice you can either go to the... It says, when Stanley entered the room with 2 different sets of door, or a set of different doors or whatever, he took the door to his left. When he says that, that's what this is referencing. So you've got the... Option 1 is just obey. Doorway to the maintenance in the lounge. Okay, 2 options. 2 doorways to the maintenance. 1 option. The doorway would make... The confusion ending, I see that. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. An event. What? Maintenance layout. Oops. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately the simplest version is what won out. So I think it was option 3 that won out, right? Isn't that what happened? Because to the confusion and well, I guess there's no real way to tell here. Maybe there's a way to tell. I don't know. Does it say? I don't know if that's a spoiler. That's okay. Meeting room. Oh, sure. The random chairs and random. It's kind of weird. Let's go this way. It's over here. The office, sure. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. Oh, that's the one I walked through earlier and he was trolling. Wow, this is big. A bunch of money shooting up? What is that? Fun on his computer? That's a YouTube video. That's a YouTube video. In the picture. What is that? It almost looks like the... whatever it is that Tony Stark puts inside of his chest. Tony Stark built this in a cave! Sorry. Alright. Jebediah? Wasn't that his name? I can't remember. Alright. Some random papers. Oh, okay. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Oh, this is the room that you cut through, right? That he says when Stanley, you know, decided to stop moseying along and going off the beaten path, he decided to take a cut to the maintenance room and get back on track. And that's that door we were talking about earlier that I was talking about walking through, get us back on the main track, the office. So this takes us back to the main room. So we have been through all of this. The only thing we haven't done yet is at the top of the stairs. Well, actually, hold on. Never mind, we have not done this. Warzone. Is it Tron? A reference to Tron. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for this tone of game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That's cool. The designers of this game are very, like, sarcastic, but that sentence right there. Plus, some people interpreted this as us making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That sentence is very apologetic. I'm like, honest. Alien base. Does it say awesome? It says awesome. I don't know how you can play this game and not think that the guys who made this game were good spirits anyway, so whatever. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, never found the perfect use for them. Here they are. Here's a section of those emails. I'm going to wait to read this one until we get to the next one that pops up. All right, it's from St. James Irvine. How is the games? How is your game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Oh. From... are you a rock? What a question. People are trolls. That feels like early internet slang. What is the strange number? Could you tell me what is the significance of the number 1112800 is? Okay. Asking there. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? These seem like almost like children wrote these. Another burning question. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born of significant... What is Stanley's last name? Congratulations. The line of our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion is a result of full details. Congratulations to the first to apply and claims. I said something about it looking like it was written by kids, and then immediately after that, a guy puts in like replacement brackets like it's a function notation or something like that, and completely derails what I said. And if you are, by the weirdest and most strange chance, one of those people who wrote that, and you see this video and you think I thought you were a kid when you watch this, sorry? No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care. All right. Oh, there's glass here. All right. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November of 2011. November of 2011. This might seem like a strange dig here and too many connections to other connections. Something else happened in November 2011. The release at 11/11/11 of Skyrim. I still remember going to GameStop and, like, you know, the day that they released that, taking off a day of college for it and stuff. My gosh. But what's funny, the reason I'm even bringing that up is because today was the release of the Oblivion remaster, which that's on the list. We'll be playing that soon. The second one was in March 2012, and then the third in February 13. So they remade his office 3 separate times, but his employee number never changed. It was always 427. Interesting. And then this is the one that they settled on. Sure. Wait a second. I've seen promotional pictures for the game that had that computer in the corner. Early versions of this game had that computer. So they changed the computer later on. That computer in the corner, that white one, not the more boxy one, but the more rounded one, and the whiter one. That one is in some pictures for this game. I know that because I needed to create some. I needed to create a thumbnail for the game, right? All right. For the YouTube videos. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent to Davey, the writer, as kind of an audience piece. Or audition piece. I misread that. The lengths of this level got William. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout of this mock-up is still in the game. Wait. We've been here before. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. We've been through everything here then. We're back. And a left will take us out of here. That's so cool, it really is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, right, we want to escape. We want to try to escape. She says the only way you
Listen
can...
to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Whoa.
As long as you move forward, you're walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose.
Okay, begin the game again. I'm gonna choose again. Like she said, last time we did this, I wonder if you guys saw that glitch too. She was like, she repeated herself. It was like a record skip there for a second. But I think last time I did this, I said it. I made a comment that I need to remember to restart the game from here. I'm not gonna quit the game, but I guess I could quit to the menu. But I'm gonna go to begin the game again. Or should I go to quit to menu? I'm going to go to menu. I think she said quit. I don't know if that actually did anything.
This is the...
It doesn't appear to. She told me to quit. I wonder if I was supposed to just hit restart another playthrough. I wonder. I don't know. Not going to think too much about it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
He was either that or die and reset there anyways again, right?
To the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. There's the other one. Okay, every time we reset, we got to pay attention to that. That's what we want to do. We want to look for that computer. And we can't miss one either, right? Because my guess is if we fail, it'll probably reset them all. We're not going to do the new content stuff because that has nothing to do with the computer stuff. We'll do that later.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so what did we see on the left? On the left side, we know that if we go left, the first choice is the broom closet ending. We saw that. Then we hit a set of stairs, and we go down a set of stairs. That takes us to the kind of a psychedelic, trippy, floaty kind of ending, which only has one ending. And then he, like, you know, Stanley wakes up on the ground, or is dead on the ground, and some woman or whatever has her own weird ending. And then there's the other choice, was to go upstairs and go to your boss's office, which leads to like that bathroom with a poem, or leads to that one room that leads to like the jiggy kind of fun little like dance sequencing, you know, elevator music stuff that's not really an ending. It's just there as a, I guess, an Easter egg. And then there's the next room, which is where you have to type in the stuff, and there's some cool dialogue with the narrator, but nonetheless, it's really just one ending, which is you go downstairs or you go down an elevator shaft. When you get to the end of the elevator shaft, you walk in, and then he talks for a few seconds, and then there's two choices, which is go to the mind control facility or go left to the escape room. Go left down the escape route. If you go down the left towards the escape route, he talks for a bit. You can walk back, but it just takes you back to the main track. Or if you go to the end, you fall through, and then you have the ending that we just did. I am curious, maybe I'll do it later on. I don't know if I'll record it or not, but I am curious as whether or not, like, going to that ending and actually not exiting to the menu, but exiting to the beginning of the game again does create a different ending. Maybe that's worth exploring. I don't know. But anyway, that's the end of that section. We've done all that because we've gone to the museum and saw all of that and heard the other narrator talk. Next, if we step back, though,
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything.
What?
This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
What? I did not expect that. I was sitting here trying to explain, like, the different endings and think through the things that we haven't done yet, and then this dude, like, they literally have thought of everything in this game. Like, I can't do anything without at some point the narrator commenting on it. Like, literally standing still was something they thought about. And they're like, what if a player just kind of sits there AFK for a while? What if we had, like, some comments about that? Like, the designers of this game were, like, so ahead of their time. And honestly, like, it just blows my mind every single time something like that happens. It's just it's such a gamer's game. This game is made for gaming people that just love video games. My gosh. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say, if I can even get back on track. After the escape route ending, or that other direction, if you go down the main hall, though, towards the mind control facility, the ending down that route, there was only two apparent endings. Two mind control endings, either A, you press the button, or B, you don't press the button. If you press the button, I mean to say off or on. If you shut it off, then you go to the peaceful whatever ending, the blue pill ending. If you go the other route, you hit the red button or hit the on button or whatever, you kind of go the red pill ending, which is like the explosion, you stay inside or whatever, or however you want to say that. But you blow yourself up through nukes. And some part of me feels like there's still something down that route, but I'm not going to worry about it now because I've already tried it 3 times, and I was humbled after this. The first one I was like, oh, I'm going to do this again. Second time I was like, I'm going to figure this out. And the third one I was like, oh man, maybe there isn't an ending. I don't know. It was kind of a red herring, it felt like, in that ending, because of the multiple different screens I found out later, and there was like 4 colors, but multiple colors, and all the buttons had different colors and different numbers. It just seemed like it was towards the end, it made me wonder, like, are these actually clues, or are they red herrings? I don't know. But anyway, I think that direction, I think all the endings are actually scouted out. And if that's the case, that's the case. But it does seem kind of surprising that that's all there is. I hate saying that, because so far there's been so much content that's awesome, but it really feels like there'd be more, just because of how open this game has felt so far. But I think that is the end of that direction, unless there's some other thing or some other developments. So we are going to focus on the right door for a while. See what we find.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We do know that.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So I can't go in there, but there's another computer that's on there. I don't know if that's worth noting. Wonder if you can find, like, a key in this game. This doesn't have a door number on it. I feel like we've been in there before, the B doors, in the confusion ending. That'd take a little bit of time to go back and rewatch that and find out, though. But the B doors, we did see B doors, and I remember seeing that. I wonder if that's like basement. It's not. Obviously, we're not in the basement, but I wonder what that means. If there's any indication or any value in that at all, knowing that. Oh, I also noticed that when we walked through this room in this next section.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
But
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're not going to do that, right? Because we know what that leads to. Going all the way to the left is going to lead us across the main hall, and it's going to take us back on the route we've already exhausted. Or we take another left, and then we go down the elevator shaft that's in that room. And this elevator shaft that's right there takes us to the confusion ending, which is like a whole thing that eats up 30 minutes of video. Honestly, I was surprised how much time that ending was. I was blown away. There were so many different possible outcomes that were all, I realized later on, this is all just one giant, ridiculous ending. New content alert, my gosh. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I'm not lying.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, you know. Oh. Oh, I can still open this though. Oh, but that's it. There's nothing else you can do. Okay. Anything on the ceiling or anything? No, no, didn't look like it. Oh, that door's the. Oh, we're stuck in here now. This is where we're on. This is the track we're on now. A2. What is that? A key card slot? See, this is something I'm like with things like this. It makes me wonder: are there key items or items you can find in this game? What is this? Caution. Vent access for train employees only. Vents? I wonder if you can fall. Oh, shit.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes! In fact, you can fall. Okay, alright. I did not expect that. That was cool. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I guess we burn right back there.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I did not expect that, I gotta be honest. I'm gonna burn straight back there where we were. Keep an eye out though. I mean, is this actually a real restart? Maybe we found another opportunity to turn on the light on one of those computers or shut them off or whatever. We're going right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Going to the employee lounge.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Yeah.
Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
It's a blue room. Blue's a good color.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Oh, yeah.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Heck
really
yeah.
Worth it.
Heck yeah. It'd be an even better room if I had an Xbox or some coffee. Just hang out.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
Hey.
And reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Yo.
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Notepad.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Sometimes you gotta be a little on the nose for a player. That's fair. That's fair. I'll leave. I think that's really it this time. Oh, hello. I think the narrator's actually waiting. That's ready.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
We're going after it. We got this. We're going straight in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So we got to not fall this time. Do not jump from the cargo lift when it's in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse of the cargo lift. Cargo lift is $1,000. Penalty for jumping off of it is $5,000. You pay $5,000 if you die. I guess that's the joke. Oh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Somehow that's the creepiest thing he's ever said. Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Yo, please, this is freaking me out a bit. Who is her? Who is her?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I did!
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
What? Dude, I just ran into
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. What? I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
Huh?
How had I not noticed it sooner?
What's he talking
You're
about?
not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Yeah.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
What?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
What is a back sack and crack? Oh,
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. I just gotta say, I can't believe this game got me to watch a training video out of normal work hours. All right, danger everywhere. It's too late to pick up the phone. I didn't mean to unplug it. I was just running around interacting, just seeing what was in the room. It was the room scared, and honestly, I was actually a little on edge or a little bit like uncomfortable. It was kind of a little spooky, the room, and so I just ran around and just to see what was going on, and I was clicking on. So I didn't expect to unplug the phone. Like, how many things have we interacted with in the game that aren't really interactable? Like the slide, like the card slider we talked about just a few minutes ago. I didn't mean to jump off the edge, but, you know, curiosity killed the cat, you know? All right. So what are we doing now? What am I supposed to do?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as
Definitely
possible
never seen Game of
before the
Thrones.
narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. But he's letting me off, and I can't jump off the edge anymore. It just won't allow me to. Right. Makes sense. Where am I going? There's no way I'm backtracking. Okay, I'm on rails. Is he forcing me to go through the main character, the main story now? Is that what's happening? He's back.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't want that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Both?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, the obvious thing to do is to go to the door on the right and just contradict the guy and just troll him, right? But there's this deep part of me that wonders whether or not the left path has different dialogue because he didn't expect you to do it. Like, wouldn't it be like just so smart of the designers to mirror the entire game in this instance? Because the narrator knew that you were gonna screw. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I'm gonna go to the right because I think this is what you're supposed to do.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry
scared
back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Hey, what? I don't want to go back right. I want to stay here. Yo, this is... What the... Alright. Whoa. Alright. What the heck? I want to go. Back in. Oh, no, this is it. This is the whole thing. We were just not supposed to go this route at all. So yeah, so he knew I would go that way. Okay. No, can I go this way? Dang. I must think I'm more clever than I am. Okay. I really am on rails, my gosh. Okay. The meeting room is screwed up. What have I done?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Is he gonna restart the... Is he gonna shut the game off?
What do I do? What do I...
I don't even know. This game
No,
some surprises me.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Wait, what?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I talked earlier about feeling a little creeped out by the room with the phone. That game shutting off and coming back to life and his voice stuttering was a little bit off-putting. I'm going this way again. Let's go.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Let's go one more.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
one more.
He entered the door on his
one
left.
One more. I'm obstinate. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He didn't say anything this time.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
I think maybe the game bugged that time.
Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
I guess we'll go left.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
We'll go
Just
left this
follow
time.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Here we go. We're going left. I did what he said this time. Oh, the room's not broken.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Room closet's locked. This is still part of the story. He won't even let me go downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, they've locked me in on this. This is a different end, like a full different ending. This doesn't even have the plaque that it had before from the beginning of the restroom. This is a special ending. Can I go in here? No. Is this... Did you see that? I think my boss's room was green. Huh?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. I said it. Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code.
Does this have a microphone?
Night Shark 115.
I said
He
it.
spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I don't know if this actually has a receiver or not. Night Shark 115. Is that actually happening? Does this game have a microphone?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. I'm trying, dude.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
No,
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Dude, I tried.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? I'm in the ceiling.
Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
What the heck?
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
What?
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
What?
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
Am I having an out-of-body experience?
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Dude, what is going on?
Wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Sorry, Leroy.
Take as much time as you need.
Valve, sorry, Leroy. It can't be like a reference to like Leroy Jenkins. That's the only Leroy like reference I even recognize. What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't think I was supposed to find that ending so quick. I think I was supposed to answer the phone. I'm gonna go answer the phone this time. That was weird. We're burning through. Look for a computer with the symbol on it, the input number thing. We haven't seen it since then. We've only seen the first 2. We're not going the new contact route. We'll come back. We'll come back. We're going to the right. Going to the right.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We're burning through that too. We're not going to spend any time in here.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
Yo, what?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
That was some wildly different dialogue, almost like something bad's gonna happen in this room or something. I wonder if, like, he's gonna
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
That's what he said last time too, though.
Poorly on his overall. But at last, he had enough of the amazing
We need to come
room
back again.
and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
We're not going left at all. What the heck?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look,
This
Stanley,
is so
I think
weird.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Yo, I wonder if
here.
I can.
I'm not
I
sure.
can. I
You
probably
really
can go that route.
I realize that investing your trust in someone
there's
else
more
can be
routes this way than I
difficult,
expected.
But the fact is that the story has
Maybe.
been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
The girl on the phone.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
I almost
This is
walked
it,
off the edge
Stanley.
because my fingers were on the
Your
wrong spot on
chance
the
to redeem yourself.
keyboard.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Answering the phone this time.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
This is the ending he thought about, or he was talking about earlier. I did him in reverse order. Oh, that's my house. This is my apartment. Oh, this is the apartment.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now.
Oh, she does sound really happy.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yo, dude.
They want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
May I go this way?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
All right. Just rude.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. Press I on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I don't want to press that.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Is this room turning into my office? That's my desk, and that was not there a second ago. I don't want to press this. It's like my character is like can't escape work. Is that the idea?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed
Nothing
of wild
changed.
expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
That is depressing. This game is like giving me the same vibes that the first time I ever watched the Fight Club gave me. About your meaningless existence is just going to an office and all that stuff.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
This is so dark.
The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wow. To prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
A game with a baby? To tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
The end is never
Surely
the end,
there's
is
an
never
answer
the end,
down
is never
some
the
new
end.
path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Why is this game so, like, dark? It's really dark.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
There's the Matrix comments and stuff we've talked about a lot.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fine. I won't press it. I'm not pressing it. That's what he said, right? I think he's trying to prove a point that I... Is this actually a choice? I don't think this is actually a choice. I think this was here specifically to emphasize that your character is so... Okay, I think I get it. Yeah, I got it. So there's not actually a choice here. I had to press X, I think. I'm sure most players probably did just hit X immediately, though.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press M to question nothing. Oh, wow.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
You know, I just realized there's also... Okay. I just basically, like, skipped over my thought process on that because the ending of that was wild, but I think we've seen two different endings where it started over and there were two hallways that we've never seen here like this before, right? Well, besides, I guess, the other, like, the new content. But there's a blue room, we've seen that twice, but there was one hall. In one of my videos, there was a hall, a straight hall, when we restarted, and we never explored that because I think I shut the computer down for the night because I was going to work the next day. Pressing M to question nothing the next day. But what? I wonder if that's how we get back to that.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Wait, isn't this like the confusion ending? Why is this happening now? What's going on? Yo, what? Is this like... Wait a second. Why is this... That line of text, is this Stanley's office or whatever he just said? I thought that was only in the confusion ending. That's what he said during the confusion ending. Something's weird. What's happening right now? Is this gonna be a weird, like, false choice in the...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see what he says this time.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Every time I come back in this room, there's some random new dialogue that's dorky and funny.
Yes.
Okay.
Really,
We're going
really
on.
worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Psych.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off
jumping.
on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
We're jumping.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
We're jumping.
There's someone you've been neglecting,
On the rails.
Stanley.
Let's
Someone
go.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. What do you need? What do I need to do to prove it? I can't go anywhere. We're going this way. We've never been here before. Danger everywhere. Danger everywhere. Okay. The B doors. Hey, this is like the basement area or whatever. Where am I at? Warning, do not stand on this side of the fence. So, yep. Hey, this is the back area. Like,
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
okay. What the hell is this door, though? I am gonna go through the red door. That's what he said.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and
Oh,
running, just the
God.
way you're doing right now.
More Euclidean
Don't you see
geometry.
that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Okay.
Here, let me show you.
2 doors.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know. What is this door? Look at this. Those are stars? Is this space or those eyes? What is this?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Okay. It's almost... Whoa, okay. Okay. What is going? Okay. Does this just keep going forever? Oh, and that one's just gone now. Blue lights are gone. The green lights now. Green lights. Okay. I can't walk off the edge. I'm just morbidly curious. We could walk off edges earlier. Am I just supposed to, like, hang out? Surely not.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Back out?
Right. Where were we?
I can keep on enjoying the psychedelic trip, or I can leave. Okay, I'm out of here, buddy.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What if I can go clear back out again?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Hmm? Just stay here.
Oh, man. But there's nothing here, man. It's just a room. Even if it is, like, happy or whatever.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Just messing with the narrator. Uh-oh.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Okay, I'll go back out. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're supposed to continue now. All right. We're going for it. Let's do it. Stairs. Stairs. And what should I do?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
It actually made me feel sad.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
This is me killing myself.
No! Oh, thank God you lived.
Oh, okay.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Oh, so I can probably go back up and jump off again and end it again. Whoa, very happy room again.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay. I've stopped moving by his request. Let's see. Let's go jump.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump.
No. No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing. Wow, that was such a big lightning strike outside. Oh my. I guess it's storming out. My gosh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
No.
Can you do that for me?
No.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Oh man. It's making me sad and like laugh at the same time. I feel really bad for the narrator, dude. I really do. It's like his tone is so legitimately like disheartening.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Do I do it, or do I go back to the happy room? That's so far to walk. I feel like that's actually an ending, though. I wonder if it is. Oh, man. I'm trying. Da, 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 da. Yeet!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the? I don't know how deep this game is. There's a lot of things that surprise me, but like sometimes there's repetitiveness, and sometimes it's like they'll trick you into thinking it's repetitive, and then it's
Stanley
not.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, deeply, madly love.
Hey man, don't judge.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, we didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
We're
it's
jumping off
incredible he
again,
wasn't
and this
5
time we're
years
gonna
ago.
try to go to. I'm really. There's another set of rails over there with like a walkway there. I wonder if we can go that way too.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I
I'm not your
want to
enemy,
jump down
really,
there
I'm
too and
not.
see if there's a way of
I
getting.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
We're going in the blue
all
door this time.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone. What? Really?
Yes,
I was in
really.
the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Absolutely.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, I don't trust you.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
We going in the blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
I
Well,
do.
Don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Look at that.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What the hell? This is awesome! Yeah, that's cool as heck.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here,
He's so
based on the
gifted.
data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
All right.
Let's take a look.
Oh. The Stanley Parable. Worldwide leaderboard. Leaderboard? Good old Neil Skid, Nacho Vault. In total, this many doors are open, this many doors, steps taken. In 18,000 endings achieved? What? Did you know that 21% of players skip the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players choose the blue door. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Compete against others. Compete against others. You are objectively ranked as the worst player. Why not ask your friends to help? Error. Friends don't play. Oh, that's rude. We're going for this door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, I don't care about competitive leaderboards.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls
It's the
left
baby
towards
ending.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
4. I hate this. This is awful. No.
You heartless bastard.
Ah.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I'm sorry, the loud
Yes.
baby and buzzer
Seems
together
like it'll
was
work.
so
Let's give it a shot.
obnoxious. I couldn't do it. It was so loud. It was so loud. I was just like, Did he say 4 hours? Surely not. Is it a joke?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
What?
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
That's not what I thought of when I thought of this game. The second I saw this tower, I just thought of 7 Days to Die, or like some kind of a game where you could like do survival crafting stuff. I wasn't thinking about being a creep or whatever. Don't tread on me. Oh. I'm curious if I can interact with that. It'd be funny if that was an ending, I'd just blow myself up. There's a porta potty or something over there. No, I can't interact this time. I don't know. I'm probably going to be doing that kind of stuff a lot more often now after I had that ending with the outlet and unplugging it. I didn't expect that to work.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
What? I guess I could go down that way, but didn't I see an outhouse over there? Like, didn't that kind of look interesting to go over there? Maybe like a hidden little outhouse over here? I see an outhouse, don't you? Right there? I'm curious about that.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
This game, man.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
This game, man. It's funny. What?
Wonderful.
Wait,
See, this
what?
is exactly what I had in mind.
Is
Just a
Rocket
nice
League?
big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's Rocket League!
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
This is actually Rocket League. This is wild. This must be content that was added to the game, like in the 2022 or
Are you
whatever
doing
release.
it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
I'm moving.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel
Rocket League.
amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply
so
have to
fast.
have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yeah! Dunk! 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 I'm trying to jump like I'm actually playing real Rocket League. I haven't played that game in years. I forgot about that game, man. That's funny.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yes, this is hilarious.
Fun. Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Hey.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your... Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
Violet, where am I at? Feedback area 5? Oh! $5.10. I go this way? Where am I at? It's so dark. This is crazy. I said before, this game sometimes gives me backrooms vibes, but yeah, it really does. But somehow it's like, it's creepy at times, but then it's also funny. Ah. The obvious light at the end of the hall is obvious. What is that? Is this really nothing? That's literally nothing in this room. It's just a... Whoa! There's literally nothing in here.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm
Stanley
kind of out of
decided to go to the
ideas.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What other things have we not done? I feel like there's still content, we just haven't found it. Surely there's not an actual different ending where you save the baby multiple times. Like, that would be so annoying to actually find that ending. I do want to do the new content thing, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to see if there's anything else. Is there anything else we can do down that one route? Oh, we've never went... Okay, when he gives us the alternate endings, we never went into the right door. I just kept going into the other two doors.
This was not the correct
I'm gonna
way
go
to the
do
meeting
the
room,
extra
and
door.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
The
he
extra
wanted to
door
stop
that he
by
adds,
the
right?
employee
I didn't
lounge
do that
first,
one.
just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
What the...
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Dude, the dialogue in that room is getting more and more progressively more unhinged and
Stanley
off the
was so
rails.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
I wonder
foot
if I can
here.
get up there.
I'm not sure.
I really do.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
I really want to go through this route.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures.
And
is
see
this
what
you
other
wanted?
stuff is down
Was
here.
it worth ruining the
If there
entire
is anything
story I had
else,
written out
I'm
specifically
convinced
for
that
you?
there's got to be
Do you
something
not think I
different
put a
in
lot
that
of
third
time into
door.
that? Because I did.
I wonder
and
if
in the
there
end,
is.
it was all for nothing.
There's gotta be
because
something
this
in that
is
other
what you
door.
wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
It's a very
Work
pointed...
with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Right.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Oh, so
Now,
they're all the same.
Tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
No, because it
Feel
wasn't an
free
actual
to be
choice.
honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback
That
here.
wasn't an actual choice.
A one? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with
that's
this
stuff
one.
he said last
Let's
time.
take a look.
Let me go to the right door again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Sure,
Again,
it
honest
did.
answers, please.
Just like vehicles and skill trees.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
There's a
you
bird in that
fail.
corner.
It's a
There's
very
a random
meaningful
plant.
game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Is there really a 4-hour-long ending to this game?
You heartless
I didn't even
bastard.
try.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
I did it because the
I
sound
can't
of the
think of a
button
single
is
thing that
so
might improve the
obnoxious. I'm
experience
not
for me.
doing that.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is
We've
about,
been here
Stanley?
before.
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some
In my
sort
creep
of twisted
tower?
erotic
I didn't notice that the
purpose.
first time.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Open world game. Gonna get blocked off in just
It
a
is.
second.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
No.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
I wanted to
You
play.
wandered off into that
I wanted to play.
thing. That
This is
big,
making me-
open,
ironically,
just wandering
this is
around, no right or
making
wrong
me wanna play
directions,
Oblivion
no path
Remastered.
to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're
You're
out of
so
the
gonna
woods
play
now,
that now.
Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls.
Sorry.
Something with
Yawning.
nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
We're just gonna jump off
Wonderful.
immediately.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There
I
isn't
like how the
any
designers
possibility
know that
that you
you'll
could
think
get
about
lost
things
here.
like this.
Now
Like,
this
I can just
is
jump
game
immediately.
design.
That's pretty cool.
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Hold on. What are you doing?
It's crazy that option was there from the very beginning. We never knew.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Okay. There's not a lot of different choices here. This is kind of like a false choice set, I guess. It did feel very open, though. It did. Last time it went left, it went left. It didn't went left very far, so this time the tunnel immediately is there. Okay. All right. I see. So you walk down here, walk into the room, walk out of the room, walk back down, and then the light shut off, and then he talks to you.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
This game is such a slow burn. Like, it's not an immediate... You don't get the immediate gratification like some other games do. Well, you have to slowly kind of go through everything here. I'm gonna stop here for tonight. It's 11:50 and I've been playing for about 2 hours now. I've been having a lot of fun, but at the same time, like, I need to take a little bit of time, I think, and think about the different routes. You know, if you're watching this and you're thinking something, like, if you have an idea for something that I could do or something that you've thought of while you're watching for things that I could go do or paths I could take, let me know. Please don't look up anything, though. That's not... I don't want to do that. I do know that the next video, we're going to go down the new content and go see the new neon sign and go do all that stuff, but I wanted to save that for kind of, like, I don't know if that's the end. If that's the end of this game, that's the end of this game. But I wanted to save that and see if there's anything else down that route. You know, well, there's going to be new stuff. It says new content, but I just want to see what else is down there. But if you have any ideas for other things I can do, let me know. And then after, you know, maybe the next episode's the last episode I do unhelped, you know, unassisted. What I mean by that is you guys give me some assistance for ideas for things I could try. If you got anything, again, if you've played this game before or you already know something, you're in the know on something, please don't spoil anything. I can't force you not to, but, you know, if you got any ideas. But I think the next video, after I do those extra endings that I know, like the new content ending, I think I'm going to finish up with that video, and then the video after that I will look up the endings and see and squeeze out the rest of the remaining content that I wasn't clever enough to come up with on my own. And I am curious. I mean, that'll help me with figuring out whether or not there's an end, like the nuke end. I'm still curious whether that nuclear ending actually has a different ending, the countdown ending. And I'm also curious about the burning baby. Like, I have a feeling like if you keep clicking it for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or something like that, that maybe the narrator will be like, are you really still playing? I have to hand it to you. You know, you're a good guy, or something goofy like that. There's a part of me that wonders about that. Surely it's not a 4-hour thing. I mean, if that's... The designers are nuts. They are just nuts if that's what they actually did. But that's what I think I'm gonna end that here for today. We do We still got to restart enough times. Oh yeah, there are 2 more endings that maybe exist. There's the other hallway we still haven't got to respawn by restarting the game multiple times. We still haven't seen that hallway. I don't know what caused that extra hallway to spawn. There was go back and watch one of my videos. I mean, I could go back and watch too to verify that. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. But I swear there was an ending that when we respawned here in the office, there was a straight hallway that was orange. Like an undertone of orange, like kind of like this carpet. Maybe it was darker. It wasn't blue, but it was a different hallway than this one. I know that was there. It was another ending, and we didn't do that one because I was like, oh, that's it for tonight. I got to get off. So that ending exists, and then there's the number of inputs. If there's something, there's got to be something with that, right? Because we've found 2 computers with a little input count. We've done it twice now. And I don't know how that works. So part of me and I mean, you know, I know those exist, but I don't know what to do to find them. So either way, I think that's going to be it for this one. Because man, I'm out of ideas for tonight. I've got to be honest. Like, I really don't know what else to do outside of that extra new content. But I don't want the video to run much longer anyways. These sometimes get a little long anyways. You're a trooper if you're sitting through this whole thing. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I did record something at the beginning of this, the intro, before the intro that I'm going to put on the end of this. So if you see that the end of this video looks like it's still going longer than normal, that's because I'm going to stack on the end of this the thing that happened before the credit or before the game even started. Remember we talked about that, like before the main menu there's like some settings that you got to set up whenever the game starts, and I did record that. So if you want to stay for that extra part, there's a little part where the beginning of the game is actually shown at the end. The end is never the end is never the end. That's actually a good joke. I didn't even mean to set that up. But anyway, thanks again for watching. I appreciate the heck out of your time. And if you've been watching my shorts and you got any comments on that, I've noticed that I've had a hell of a lot more traction on the shorts, which, just is kind of, that might just be how YouTube is nowadays. But people don't have the patience to sit through a 2-hour video like this, especially when there's a lot of dialogue and some of it's repetitive and maybe I don't have enough to say sometimes. So I'm still learning how all that process works. So, but it's been a joy for me. This has been fun as heck. I'm having a lot of fun just going through and hearing all the narrator's jokes and seeing what things are actually different choices and what things are on rails. And that whole thing's fun. I still can't believe I accidentally unplugged that phone. That was so funny to me. But anyway, thanks for your time. I appreciate you watching. And until next time, this has been the Blue Titan. Wait. Remember how I told you at the beginning of one of my videos, a few videos ago, that when you start the game up, there's this weird, funny, like progressively more ridiculous intro screen that asks you what time it is and what day it is and all kinds of other nonsense stuff. I haven't recorded the last few of them because, to be honest, I never know it's going to happen. It just has happened. So, but this time I did. I waited. So I'm recording this now, and this is the first time I've seen this. I have no idea what's about to happen, but this is what happens whenever you start the Stanley Parable. It asks questions. The first time I ever did it was very innocuous. It was not a very, it was very much like any game. It asked me, to slide the screen until something was dark and something was just visible, like shading, and it checked and saw what the date was as well as the time. It did all that, but I have a feeling it's going to get funny because this is the Stanley Parable. This is what it does. What time is it? Does anybody truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game's settings to your exact specification. But who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. Gathering data on me makes me uncomfortable. And I can say that because I know a lot of people think, oh yeah, tinfoil hat, whatever. But seriously, like I work in data. So I'm a little bit more like, sometimes the kind of data that people gather kind of surprises you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it really is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. Why does that make me feel sad? Man. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? Okay, now we get a little creepy. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really my in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again. If you can find me. Talk soon.